Intro contains Rauderberg's Blue Letter R avatar with text below saying Accessible Gaming and Blind Gaming Club, and a website URL to blindgamingclub.com.
Hey everybody, Rauderberg69 back with you again today doing another video for blind and low vision users. You may know that I'm part of the Blind Gaming Club. It's a community of blind and low vision gamers that play as many accessible games as we can. So great community. So if you're interested in that, I will be putting a link to our website, which is currently on screen for those who can see. There's a large button on there for Discord to get to our Discord server. So if you're interested in coming over and chatting, definitely come on in. Great bunch of people there. So come on over. So what am I doing today? Well, everybody knows that I use VoiceAttack for Eurofly and a lot of other things. So I have been mentioning that there's a new version coming out, which it's now out. It's VoiceAttack version 2. Just a brief overview, VoiceAttack is a voice command program that you can use to control games and your computer and do lots of stuff. It's a very good program, and I only use it to about 1% of its ability. So, but I did work with the developer. I sent him an email a few months back telling him about the lack of accessibility in the program in version 1, and he then promptly told me that he was working on version 2 and that he wanted me to test to make sure it worked in version 2. And I can happily say version 2 is really accessible. There's just a couple of things I want to show today on the program that you need to do when you first get it going, because these are very important. So I wanted to have a video up about it, just to help people out, so when you get stuck. But okay, let me get VoiceAttack up on the screen.
VoiceAttack window.
Right, so I run my VoiceAttack in dark mode, so you may not be able to see it if you have sight there. It's blending in with the website, because I also have that running in dark mode, because my eye condition doesn't like glare. I can't really see much. I know there's large letters on the website because I constructed this website, but they're just blurry white blobs or yellowy, whitey coloured blobs to me. So I do use a magnifier, which helps. But yeah, so that's my level of sight. Not very good, and I was glad to get VoiceAttack accessible, because I've been using this program for about 10 years. And I really enjoy it, and it was getting more and more difficult to use, even with my magnifier. Okay, so basically, we'll go into the first things you need to do when you purchase the program. So it can be purchased on Steam or off the voiceattack.com website. I'll be putting the links to all this in my description, so if you're interested in purchasing it, I don't know the current pricing of it. It used to be $10 US for the standalone, and I think it's $19 on Steam. But don't hold me to those, and the prices may have changed with version 2. Version 1's been out for 16 years, so it's been finally updated and changed. So, and it's great, works well. But okay, so the first thing you do is you've got to register the program. Once you pay for it, you register it. Depending if you've bought it through Steam, of course you don't. You just install it and bang, up you go. But the next thing you have to do, and this is very important, don't just go using VoiceAttack expecting it to work, because it won't work well. You have to do the Windows speech recognition tutorial. So what that does, it'll run you through certain lines of text, and you have to read them back. And that then gets the computer used to your voice, because otherwise it's very, very hard for it to recognize what you're saying, and you'll get really bad responses from VoiceAttack. So that's out of the scope of this video today, so you'll have to do some Googling to get the information on how to run the speech recognition on Windows. But it is, for the most part, accessible with your screen reader. Just now, this is the next part. You need a good quality headset. Desk mics, some of them are really good, but they do pick up background noise, and VoiceAttack will try and register those background noises as speech. So you can have it doing funny things. The next thing is, do not use a webcam microphone. They are rubbish, and the VoiceAttack does not like using them at all. Yes, you may get it to work, but it'll be just shocking in recognition. So I recommend a decent headset with a microphone, and you'll have very little issues. I'm not saying it'll work 100%. I still have issues with it recognizing things I say. So there's tricks around that, though. If you say a certain word and it doesn't recognize it, and it picks up another word, add that word to the voice command. So it'll then pick that word up as well when you're saying it. So there's little tricks around it, but I'm not going into all that today. It's a lot of stuff. What I'm showing today is the way that you have to do this. So after you've done the speech recognition and all that's set up and ready to go, open up your VoiceAttack, and this is the next thing you need to do, because from default, VoiceAttack is not really screen reader friendly. It works, but it's only got a few things that it does. So I'll show you what it does now. So I'm on the VoiceAttack screen and I press tab.
Log list rad list box.
Right.
Recognized. Profile.
Now this is the log list, okay? So what that is, it's a list of everything VoiceAttack hears. So don't be worried about all the crap that's in there, because it will have rubbish in there, because the whole time you're talking, it is listening if you don't turn it off. So you'll end up with some funny things in there to read. But there's very little in mine because I have it set up to a different microphone. I don't have it set up to my recording microphone. But you can actually arrow through this. So if I arrow down,
VoiceAttack privileges not elevated. Recognized. Profile name rad list box item 1 of 2.
So, okay. I done a voice command before and asked it the profile name, which is a command that I put in, so I can just say profile name and it will tell me so. Hang on. Profile name.
This is
Voice
a default
attack
profile
window.
called my profile.
So there you go. It's a VoiceAttack profile called my profile, but so okay.
Profile selection combo box log system menu button.
So we'll
Profile
go back.
selection Piper unavailable. Piper female unavailable. Piper
We're actually
unavailable. My profile. Log list rad
right.
list box.
So we're back in the log list.
Error prefetching sound. The value can profile changed to Piper rad list box item 3 of 22.
I changed the profile, but I done that manually. So that's the log file. But what that's for is if you aren't sure what it's hearing, you can go through that and listen to it. So if you're saying chicken and it's, well, let's pick a better word. Yeah, I don't know. If you're saying chicken and it's getting pickin' instead of chicken, then you can work around that. Either add it to your recognition dictionary and teach it how you say chicken. Because everybody speaks differently and voice recognition has to pick up everybody. So, right. So, let's tab to the next item.
System menu. Profile selection combo box. My profile collapsed rad combo box.
Okay, so this is the profile. So, basically, this is all you can navigate through when you first start. So, you got profile,
log list, rad
log
list,
list,
system menu button,
and system menu. That's all you can
profile
scroll
selection,
through.
log list, rad list, system menu button.
And I can assure you there's a lot more stuff on this screen. So what you need to do,
profile selection, log list, system menu button.
go into system. So highlight system. You can either press application, your application key, or you can press Alt space, or you can just tab to it and press space on it.
Profile selection Mooney Mail. Unavailable.
Maybe not. Hang on.
My profile. Unavailable.
So let's open it up.
Profile selection combo box. My
I'm going to open
enable
it with.
main screen keyboard navigation
Right.
not checked. Rad menu item.
So I've opened it with.
Voice attack user forum.
I've opened it with Alt space. You can use it, as I said, you can use application, but I needed to press enter on it before. I'll show you
Profile
that.
selection combo
So-
box. My log list rad system menu button. Rad
press
context
enter
menu
and
menu
it
rad
opens
context
the-
menu.
the
Rad
list.
context
So-
menu rad.
Right, so in this list, there's a lot of stuff. You may use it, you may not, but I'll show you the one you're looking for.
Always on top not checked. Rad menu item. Help document rad menu item. Voice attack user forum rad menu item. Voice attack Discord server rad menu item.
So you've got links to get to help if you need it.
Reset active profile rad menu item. Reset speech recognition rad menu item. Mute speech recognition device checked. Rad menu item. Enable main screen keyboard navigation not checked. Rad menu item.
That's the one you need. Enable main screen navigation. It's unchecked by default. Now, I know you're saying, why? Why? It's because some commands that sighted folk use don't want the screen to be navigatable by a keyboard. I don't know why, but that's why the accessibility went out of version 1 in the first place, was because they were having issues. And at that stage, blind people don't use these programs. So, but yeah, so on that one,
Compact mode not checked. Enable main screen keyboard navigation not checked.
we'll
Rad
press
menu item.
enter. Space doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't care why, but enter works. So if I press enter
Profile selection combo box. My profile.
and we open
Enable
that
main
back
screen
up,
keyboard navigation checked. Rad menu item.
it's now checked. Okay.
Profile
Now-
selection combo.
I'll scroll through all the items you have on the screen.
Edit profile button. Edit profile. Alt plus E. Holding
So-
down control.
So we got edit profile. So that's a very important button.
More actions button. More profile
More
actions.
actions.
Recording device information graphic microphone.
Recording
Stop all
devices.
commands button. Stop commands. Toggle listening button. Listening. Control plus L. Hotkey. Toggle left Alt plus F2.
Okay, so it does have shortcut keys. You can use shortcut keys. They're a lot different to the old version because it used to use Alt as the main key to instigate these. So I don't know why he's changed that. I don't care. But yeah, so you do have shortcut keys as well.
Toggle shortcuts button. Keyboard shortcuts on. Control plus K. Toggle shortcuts button. Keyboard shortcuts on. Control plus K.
Okay, so you can turn the keyboard shortcuts on and off as well, because maybe they'll interfere with the screen reader in some way if you have them on. I don't know. I've never tried that. I've never played with that. So
Toggle mouse button. Mouse shortcuts on. Control plus. Toggle joysticks button. Joysticks on. Control plus J. Options button. Voice attack options.
right.
Control plus O.
So when
hold
you
down Alt and click equals open Windows volume mixer. Hold down Shift and click equals open sound control panel applet.
So yeah, that was just a couple of things you can do to open sound windows really quickly if you're having sound problems. But anyway, so if we open options, I'll try spacebar. No.
Options V
Oh, yep,
2.1.5
it does work.
dialog.
So
Tab control rad tab.
we're now in the options window, which is fully accessible. So you can go through that.
Audio output type audio tab select cancel button. OK button no.
Okay, let
Tab
me.
control rad tab. Audio output notification sound fade stopped audio override default playback device combo override default
Don't know, I
notification
haven't
sound.
used this
audio
for a
output
while.
type combo
But
box in Windows Media Components. Integrate Windows Media Component. Integrated audio tab selected rad tab
all right,
item 3
so
of
we're
5.
now on the tab.
Recognition tab selected. General tab
Right,
selected.
so
Rad tab item 1 of 5.
What I did there was I tabbed through until I found the tabs list, and now I'm using the left and
Recognition
right
General
arrows.
tab
So
selected.
you'll
Rad
you'll
tab
figure
item
it
1
out.
of 5.
But okay, so we're on the general tab, and now if I tab through,
Registration button click here for to view registration info.
so you got your registration info
Check
and
for
everything.
updates button click here to
Check
check
for
for voice.
updates.
Reset defaults button. System info
This is-
launch with Win.
I'm
Check
just
for
showing
updates on
that
startup.
I'm just showing that it's fully accessible.
Include beta versions checkbox not checked check. Show tips at startup checkbox not checked check. Use light mode radio button not checked. Use dark mode radio button checked selecting the follow Windows dark/light mode radio button not checked select. Minimize to system tray checkbox checked if this is checked. Start minimized checkbox checked if this is checked.
So yeah, as you can see, now I'm
Minimize to
shift
system.
tabbing.
Follow
to go back.
Use light mode show tips include beta, check for update, launch with Windows, system info, reset defaults but check for updates, registration button, general tab selected rad
Right,
tab.
so we get back to the tabs and then we arrow through
tab
the
selected
tabs.
rad, audio tab selected rad tab, hotkeys tab selected rad tab, system/advanced tab select.
So yeah, that's all the settings. So as you can see, it is accessible. So that's
Options
awesome.
button, voice attack options.
The settings before were always accessible, but you couldn't get to them. It was a bit silly. They were accessible, but you just couldn't get into them to do it. Right, now let me show you the next thing that you have to learn, because this is a very important part of when you're doing commands. So we'll get back.
Log list rad list box. System menu button. Profile selection combo box, my profile collapsed.
Right.
Edit profile button.
Now we're going to go into edit profile, so I'm on that and I'm going to press enter.
Edit a profile dialog, edit a profile.
Right, so we're in the edit window now, and it's fully accessible as well. You'll have to learn how to navigate around yourself, because it's like everything. It's got its own tab system, so it'll go in its own order. But by default, you start in the main window.
Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 0 logout multipart grid view cell row voice attack dot profile grid
Right.
voice item voice attack dot profile grid item voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 1 grid view cell row 3.
Right. So as I said, it's been a long time since I've used this. So
voice attack
and I can't see what it's highlighting.
Profile grid item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 0 scroll mouse down 1.30 grid view cell column 1.
Ah, yeah. So I am in the main window.
Item voice attack.
This is actual
voice attack.
Let me just get all the way to the top. I have a lot of commands in this window.
Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row item voice attack.
Okay,
grid
so
view data control.
Let me just say I'm used to using JAWS in here, and I'm using NVDA at the moment. So this is a little bit different. So if I sound confused, it's because I am. But all right, so let's edit one of these.
Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 1 grid view cell row 4. Voice attack dot item voice attack dot profile grid item.
I'm trying to find the name of it.
0 open links multipart grid view cell column 1.
That's open links.
Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 0 go move up down left right grid view cell.
Yeah,
voice
let's
attack
move
dot
up and
profile
down.
grid item data item grid view row item voice attack dot profile grid item column display index 0 scroll mouse down 1.30 voice attack dot profile grid item data item
so
grid
yes,
view row.
you can make it scroll. I can say scroll mouse 22 and it'll scroll the mouse 22 lines. All right, so we'll do this one. It's what is the time? So
voice attack dot
you got a lot of
grid
useless
item data
crap
item
to
grid view
listen.
row.
Hang on. We'll do that again. You got a lot of useless crap to listen to, but you will find it out. So if it's not telling you the command name, just arrow to the left or the right. It moves it through the column. So I'm as far to the left as I can go.
Voice attack dot profile.
If I press to the right, it's moving.
Voice attack item. Voice attack dot profile.
But go to the first column, which is the command name.
Item. Voice attack.
So
voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 go to bookmarks. Multipart. Grid view cell row 2. Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 close tab. Multipart.
I lost it now.
Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 open headings. Multipart. Grid view. Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 open links. Multipart. Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 go move up down left right. Voice attack dot profile grid item data item grid view row. Item. Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 scroll mouse down 1. Voice attack dot profile grid item data
and
item
you can
grid
change
view row.
the verbosity of this.
Voice attack dot profile grid item. Column display index 0 watts. What is the time? Grid view cell row 8.
Yeah, so you can change the verbosity of NVDA. I don't use NVDA much. I only use it for games, really. So, right, let's open this one up by pressing Enter.
Edit a command dialog. Edit a command. This command is executed. When this command executes, do the following sequence. Category. When I say, edit, this is the phrase you will say to issue a command to voice attack. What is the time?
Okay, so as you can hear, it's got two commands in there. It's got what's and what is the time. So what that'll do is if I say what's the time or what is the time, it'll both key up. So that's what the command is. So it tells you exactly. But let's just tab through.
When I say, checkbox checked, enable this to allow voice activation.
So these are all the settings you can do. It's checked to when I say, but you can do hotkeys, you can do mouse clicks, you can do controller.
When I press keys, checkbox
when I
not checked,
press
enable this
keys-
to. When I press button, checkbox not checked, enable. When I press mouse, checkbox
So
not checked,
they're
enable
all
this
the
to add a
ways you
mouse.
can trigger commands. I'm not going into a tutorial here today. I just want to show you how to do a key command. So if you want to press keys on your keyboard by a voice command. So, right.
Action list key press button, use this to add. Mouse greater button, pause greater button, other greater button, recorder button, mouse greater button, key press button, use this to action list rad list, key press button, mouse greater button, use this to
See,
issue
as I
mouse move.
said, this is a different tab order to JAWS.
Pause greater button, use this to insert, other greater button, other, recorder button, description, edit, add, category combo, send command to this, recognition combo box, command type combo, allow other commands to, always execute this, advanced button, open up, stop command if minimum confident, repeating combo, OK button, no. Cancel button C. When I say, edit, this is the, when I say, check, when I press keys, check, when I press button, when I press mouse, action list rad list
There
box.
we are. We're now in the action list. So this is what will happen when you do that. What is the time or what's the time?
Press F12 key and hold for 0.1 seconds and release rad list box item. Press down number pad, insert key, rad list box item 1 of 3.
So I've set this command up to tell me what the time is. So what it's going to do is it's going to press the insert key.
Press down number pad, insert key, rad list box item 1 of 3. Press F12
And then
key
it's going to
hold for
press the
0.1
F12
seconds and
key.
release rad list box item
And it's
2
going
of 3.
to, that's for NVDA and JAWS.
Release number pad, insert key, rad list box item 3 of 3. Press down.
So they are set to hold. So the insert key is set to hold
Press F12
while it
key and
presses
hold for
F12.
Release number pad, insert key, rad
And
list
then
box
I've
item
got
3
it
of
to
3.
release. So that's actually holding that key down. So I just wanted to tell you that because it's part of it. So let's add a new command. So I'm going to add a new key to this. So let's tab out of this window now to the actual commands you can do. And we'll find key press.
Key press button, use this to add a key press
First
action.
one.
Okay.
So if we press on this and press enter, it brings up the
Add a
key press window.
dialog. Add a key press. Key capture is disabled. Press home key to toggle.
Right.
Seconds, press a key or key combination. Select key button, click or Control plus K to choose a key. Press Control plus X to clear.
So there you go. It gives you all the commands. I don't know how to get it to read that again, but it does. And it currently says that key press capture isn't enabled. So, and it told you you've got to press the home key. So if I press tab now, it won't, or any key, it won't capture that key as my key press.
Press and release key, S, radio button, check this option will press the indicated key. Select key button, click or Control plus K to choose a key. Press Control plus X to clear.
Yeah, so that is currently not accepting. So I can press keys
S.
and it won't accept
Press
that
and
as the
release
key.
S.
So
Select
what
key
you got to
button, click
do
or
is
Control
get
plus
into
K.
capture mode first by pressing the home key.
Key capture is enabled.
See,
Press
now
home key to toggle ... Key capture is turned on.
right.
While key capture is turned on, this screen will not be fully keyboard navigable. Press home to toggle. Toggle button pressed, rad toggle switch button.
Man, what he's done with this is awesome. Thanks very much, Gary. But yeah, so
Not pressed. Key capture is disabled.
it tells
Press
you
home key
whether
to
it's
toggle ...
enabled
Key
or
capture is turned
disabled.
off.
So what
While
we
key
do,
capture is turned off.
we want to capture a key, so we'll turn it on.
Pressed. Key capture is enabled. Press home key to toggle ... Key capture is
Right. So it's the home key. I don't know where that is on a laptop. Figure it out. Sorry. But now if I press keys, like let's do Alt 7. Now we press home.
not pressed. Key capture is
Right.
disabled.
So
Press
now,
home key to toggle ... Key capture is turned off. While key capture is turned off, this screen will become left control button click or press the left. Key capture is disabled. Press home key to toggle ... Left
Well,
control
now,
button click or press the left or right
I'm
control
not
key on the
100%
keyboard to
certain
set
that
this
it's set
value.
those,
Click
so
again to clear.
there's no real way to...
Left alt button click or
There
press
you
the
go.
left or right alt key on the keyboard to set this value. Click again to clear. Shift button click or press the left. Win button. Star 8 button click or control plus. Clear dot click to clear all keys.
I must have
Control
pressed
plus
8.
delete. Click
But
to
anyway, let's
press
go to
and
the
hold
end.
the number
Go to
or
tab
fraction.
through to
The
OK
number.
because
Hold
we're
down
out
for
of
radio
capture
button
mode.
not press key. Release key.
You
S.
can go through
Radio
all
button
these
not checked.
settings
This
yourself.
option will
I'm not
release the
doing a
indicated key.
tutorial.
Toggle key.
But okay.
Variable key. OK button no.
So we press on OK.
Action list
Now
rad
we're
list
back
box.
in the action
Press
list.
Release number pad insert.
Right, so this is the key one that I just added, all right?
Press left control plus left alt plus 8 keys and hold for 0.1 seconds and release rad list
Obviously,
box
I
item
was
4 of 4.
holding the control key, so...
Press left control plus left alt plus 8 keys and hold for 0.1 seconds and release rad list box item 4 of 4.
If you... that's right, I pressed control to stop the speech from talking, so it registered that as a key press. So yeah, so that's why it got that. But I'm going to delete that.
Release
'Cause I
number
don't
pad
want
insert
that
key.
in there.
Press F12 key and hold for 0.1
And then
seconds
we'll
and release
now
rad
tab
list.
through
Key
until we get to
up,
cancel,
down
because I don't want to save this.
Category send command recognition command type.
You'll
Allow
have
other
to go through
always
all this
execute.
yourself.
Advanced button open up this command. Stop command if minimum confident. Repeating combo
There's
box
lots
execute
of help
only.
out
OK
there for
button
this.
no. Cancel button
Right,
C.
let's cancel
Confirm
that.
command screen close dialog. Confirm command screen close actions modified. Confirm close actions appeared. No button N. Yes button Y.
Yes, we want to
Grid view data
confirm
control
because
data
I
grid
don't
rad
want to
grid
save
view.
that. So, okay, so that's basically it. They're the two most important things is
Edit profile button. Edit
to
profile.
remember to go into the system menu, turn on keyboard navigation on main screen, and do the speech recognition, and then use home to switch between capture mode and non-capture mode for your keyboard presses. Because if you keep pressing keys to navigate through and it's in capture mode, it'll just keep adding those keys to your key press. But that's about it. That's all I really wanted to show. I just wanted people to understand that it is fully accessible to a point, but it's way more accessible than it was. It's great to be able to use it, and I hope lots of other blind and low vision gamers start using this program because you can use it for everything. Watch my Eurofly videos, and you'll see how I use the program and see just a micro, nano amount of what you can use it for. Some of the big gamers set this thing up to do everything for them. So just remember, some guys don't allow you to use this because it's considered a cheat. You're meant to do the key presses yourself, then you're meant to do the key presses yourself. So just be careful with some games. But all right, so on that one, we're going to call it. I hope you enjoy the program. Thank you very much, Gary, for making this version accessible. It's cheap. It's very cheap and a great program. So go and grab it and learn how to use it because once you know how to use it, it's awesome. So, but on that one, part of the Blind Gaming Club, if you're interested in the Blind Gaming Club, go and check it out in the link in my description. Go to my personal website. It'll be in the description as well. Pretty simple, Rauterberg69.com. I have the original emails that I sent to the developer before he started getting accessibility working. Go over and have a read. And I put a post up about the new version as well. If you like these sorts of videos, hit the like and subscribe. It helps me out, pushes my algorithm. But yeah, other than that, thanks very much for watching and have a great day.